So you finished all your solos and it's time to pick the 95 overall free card for the NFL Playoffs program. Here are all the best options to pick from the Nat Fantasy Pack. What's good, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Rob, aka Roboto. So two things we're going over in this video that are kind of somewhat, a little bit, not really, but they just came out the same time connected. Number one, the Series 4 Redux list. Number two, the Nat Playoff Celebration Hero Pack, the Nat pack that you get for the 95 overall for free by doing your solos. We got it. We're going to look at all the options and decide which one is the best to pick from. But before we get into all that, just want to let you know, if you are new here, appreciate you for stopping by. If you'd be so kind as to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell right next to it, you get notified anytime I'm live for brand new content right here. Also, if you like what you see, if you like this video, if you like this discussion, thumbs up if you like, all that good stuff. And in the comment section down below, let me know which guy you're picking out of this pack. All right, let's jump right in. All right, so first things first right here, this is official from EA. It's the Series 4 update details, okay? So Series 4, for those who might be new, for those who don't really understand what's going on, basically we get series every few weeks or so. Usually it's 6 weeks, but this time it's about 9, I think, 10 weeks almost by the time we get it next week. So Series 4 update is coming for Friday, January 15th next week. Again, we kept telling you guys, they give us a week heads up. Here's a week heads up. On Friday, January 15th, your current Series 3 trophies will automatically convert to Series 4. The conversion value for a previous series program to a new is half. So all of your Series 3 trophies get cut in half. So keep that in mind, okay? Also, on January 15th, new Series Redux players will be released. These are LTD player items that were in previous series and now be available as packs as non-LTDs. Key changes you will see is the artwork will have different border and stamp, and the LTD icon will be removed, and the player will no longer quick sell for 250,000 coins. LTD player items Series 3 will remain unchanged, including quick sell value. Only new non-LTD versions of these players introduced in the pack of Series 4 will not quick sell for coins, as they are not LTD. The following list of LTD players after Series 3 launch will be available in the packs that started the Series 4 update. So a lot of these names we kind of expected, right? Basically all the rest of the Team of the Week LTDs, gotcha. All the legends up till, I mean, even including this past weekend, gotcha, done. Limited edition program. Remember, the program was actually like a limited edition program that we got on the Thursdays. All of them are in there up through Gurley and Bosa, so got them there, Saquon included. So for me in particular, I sold Saquon probably like 2 weeks ago, and I sold Janoris Jenkins last week for 850,000 coins. If you guys have these LTDs, it might be a good time to try to sell them if possible. Most feared is getting DeAndre Hopkins. He was the last most feared card to get it. Khalil Mack was previous in Series 2 to 3. Auto Blast is Harrison Smith and Drew Brees. And Blitz, all the Blitz cards here are getting cards, LTDs or Reduxes, including Tyreek Hill and Cam Chancellor here, okay? So that's important to note for a few people. If you have Cam, Tyreek, even Buddha, Clowney. I sold my Clowney the other day for 100K. Jacob, so all these guys are getting Redux, so keep that in mind. Now, Zero Chill, here's the one that has a lot of people confused and questioning. Now, this is how I understand it, okay? So Zero Chill LTDs are Stephon Gilmore, DK Metcalf out of position, and Hines Ward, right? So that's one from each program, pretty much, the 3 breakdowns of Zero Chill, right? Stephon Gilmore, just a regular Zero Chill player. DK Metcalf is OOP. Hines Ward was Ghost of Madden Past. Okay, now, coming into question and coming into frame here are 2 different schools of thought, 2 different ideas here. Number one, on one side, you have the presents. Now, I'm not talking about Ghost of Madden present. I'm not talking about the Ghost of present. I'm talking about the Christmas presents that open, right? So Keanu Neal, out of position middle linebacker. Bo Jackson, David DeCastro, those 3 in particular are not on this list, and I don't know why, right? They should be Reduxed. I believe they should be Reduxed. I think I would assume they would have been, because the only way you can get them now is gone. It's only through the market, right? So if that's not getting Redux, then what's the deal with those cards? Are we gonna get a trading bypass in the future? Something has to happen, especially with the Bo Jackson card in particular. Obviously, DeCastro, it is what it is. I have him myself, but I mean, he's gonna get a power, and people are gonna want that too. Now, the other side of the coin here, though, is the Ghost of Madden cards that were in the reroll packs, right? So you're talking Alvin Kamara, Tony Gonzalez, Isaiah Simmons, all right? So those 3 guys in particular, while yes, they were special in the nature that you couldn't do them through the sets, they are special in nature. right now, as where we stand, they are in coin packs, right? You can pull them out. From my understanding, I haven't pulled one personally yet since the program ended, but from what I've seen previously, I've seen a bunch of other people do these rerolls, do a whole bunch of packs, do a whole bunch of stuff. You can still pull guys like Isaiah Simmons, Alvin Kamara, and Tony Gonzalez in those regular coin packs, and you can also do that Ghost of Madden set that's supposed to give you a Ghost of Madden past, present, or future card, okay? And Alvin Kamara, Isaiah Simmons, and Tony Gonzalez should be in those sets from what I understand. So on one end, it doesn't make any sense for the presents to not be in Redux at all. On the other hand, those cards, those ghosts, it makes sense as to why they won't be Reduxed, okay? So all I'm saying is this is the official list. It doesn't mean we won't get it in the future. It doesn't mean maybe they're gonna add something later in a couple days. Maybe they do see the error in their ways with the ghost presence or the Ghost of Madden cards even too, and address it in some way. I'm not sure, but as far as I understand it, that's the breakdown. Now, let's get into the meat of the video and see these 95s. All right, so to properly kind of equate the whole value or like who should you pick deal, this is what I'm gonna do for this video in particular, okay? So we're gonna go through and look at this pack number one. I know you already saw the Mudhead, but I'll explain what I'm doing here first. So here's the pack. This is the Nat Playoff Celebration Hero Pack. You get this after completing, I believe it's 60 stars through the solos, and I'll go through the solos after this, but I just want to show you guys the pack. And the animation is really lame. It's the higher 80 overall, 88 overall elites, excuse me, as the animation. It's super lame. Makes me think they kind of rushed some of these maybe, as far as making the selections. Who knows, maybe it gets upgraded, fixed in the future. But this is the full pack, right? And you don't have to make the selection. You can just press B, get out of the pack, and then go back into it whenever you'd like. You can even hold it for the Steve Smith set when it opens up later, okay? So 61 stars, as you can see there. These solos are moments and they're easy, but like they're kind of annoying. Some of them are like, you got to do this amount of stuff in the fourth quarters, whatever it is what it is. The other ones like don't allow any points in this half, but the really annoying ones are maybe next year, right? A lot of these are kind of like half game, and I know I'm complaining about solos, but like, you know, win the game up by 11, 5-minute quarters for the third there, and then also presumably obviously 5 minutes for the fourth. So, you know, that's kind of annoying right there. So I understand why you wouldn't want to do them. The ones I did in particular were the Raiders and the Broncos here, as far as maybe next year. And as you saw in the first group of solos, I did not get all the stars needed. Now, should you get all the stars needed? I mean, the rewards here are nothing, right? It's only coins. That's not to say that they're going to add more sequences here. So I'm probably gonna bang them out as the week goes on, but like right now I don't need to do that. So that's the playoff celebration setup there. Obviously we're expecting to get more parts of this because they said as much in GMM, so I would just keep that in mind there as well. So we're gonna go back in, open this good old fantasy pack here for the Nat Playoff Celebration Hero, and we're gonna go ahead and pick and decide which one might be the best value for you, because remember, it's Nat, so we really can't do much with it besides put it on our team, put it in a set. So we are gonna focus on the Mudhead range here and see who is what and the reasons why. So I'm just gonna give you quick thoughts on each of them here and tell you why or why not. Mitchell Schwartz, I mean, for the most part, all these guys are gonna be good on theme teams. That's number one. Let's get that out the way. If you have a theme team, a lot of these guys are gonna be very good, especially guys who have multiple theme teams, right? Jordan Poyer here, he's probably gonna get the Eagles chem. That'll be very helpful. You could also get some guy, I think Ryan Tannehill has alternate team chems. Denzel Ward, no, I'm not too sure about him. I don't think DK Metcalf does. Landon Collins does. I know that for sure. Tom Brady does. I know that for sure. Robert Woods and Ramsey do. I know that for sure. I believe Hicks does too as well. I could be wrong. Tyrann Mathieu does as well too. A lot of these guys don't have power-ups either. John Brown, who's one of the better ones, does not have a power-up. Connor and Nelson don't have power-ups. Rashaan Evans, no power-up. No power-up here for Rivers. No power, which would help, right? Rivers would kind of be cool if you could put him on Chargers camps, but you can't. No power up there for him. No power up for Jaron Reed. No power up for Alex Smith here, which kind of might be a detriment to how good his card can really be. No power up for Whitfield. No power up for Mitch Trubisky. So keep that in mind too as you're making these selections. So the one thing I do want to stress too is that for the Steve Smith set, you need one of these guys to put in the set. Okay, so for me in particular, I think I'm going to pick Landon Collins because I'm going to both put Landon Collins on the team and then I can go put him in the set and you get him back Nat through the set. Okay, so I'm going to put Landon Collins in particular, but let's just go over some of the best options here and the reasons why I think you should pick them. First and foremost, linemen. None of these linemen are really anything crazy, I think. From when I was reviewing them earlier, I mean, some of them are kind of like weirdly statted, like Bakhtiari and Armstead. And then the other lineman, I mean, it is what it is, right? So the offensive lineman, Schwartz was a little underwhelming too. I think Stanley was probably overall the best one out of the whole bunch, and he has a power up. So if he had to go with one, I'd say Stanley. The other thing too here is defensive lineman. So, and I'll include Matthew Judon in this, but he's a little bit of the exception. Actually, I won't. Judon and Leonard are their own beasts, but Kenny Clark, Jaron Reed, who's probably the worst one out of all of them. Jaron Reed, I mean, he's just a really bad guard. And Akeem Hicks. Hicks is probably the best out of those three thick boys there. Kenny Clark, Jaron Reed, and Akeem Hicks. Only because you probably could put Hicks as a nice DT there. So shouts to him for that. Jaron Reed, no, please avoid. And Kenny Clark's okay. Darry Leonard here and Matthew Judon are all right. They have a little bit of speed, but they're just linebackers. It really doesn't matter. Same thing, similar situation here for a guy like Rashaan Evans there is in the same boat as them too, as Judon and Darius Leonard. So that leaves us down to quarterbacks, right? So a lot of the quarterbacks are kind of missing stuff just to hit threshold here. So Ryan Tannehill's throw power is just a smidge weak, right? His throw power is 93 stock. That's not getting you gunslinger, okay? Even if a power up, I think it's only up to 94. So Ryan Tannehill's not helping himself there, okay? Phillip Rivers is also not helping himself here as 94 throw power. He doesn't have the power up for that. So he's also missing out on that there too. EA statting these guys purposely too, by the way. I mean, you can just tell. Trubisky's just probably the worst because he has the worst archetype. Scrambler archetype is just actively bad. And Tom Brady also will fall short, even though he has a power up, but his throw power is at 93. So he's also going to fall short there of that gunslinger threshold that he needs. And the last one I think is the best quarterback is probably Alex Smith of the whole bunch, only because he can get throw power. He can't get gunslinger or hot rod master. He can't get both because he needs to be a 96 overall. From my understanding, he needs to be a 96 overall to get one in tier 2, one in tier 3, right? So he can get either, but he can't get both. But I mean, gunslinger for me has been really good this year. I particularly don't use hot rod master that much, but gunslinger for me has been particularly good, especially in a guy like Josh Allen. It's been great for me. So field general, I'm sure you can't go wrong there. All right, so quarterbacks are covered. The only running back in the group is James Conner, and he's not that great. I don't know. I'm not really sold on him. I mean, he's slower than Marcel. He's about the same speed as Marcel Reese. Excuse me. Fullback just came out yesterday. And Saquon Barkley here. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'd skip Conner, especially because he doesn't have a power up either. He's kind of average there. So that leaves us to a few things here, in particular corners and wide receivers and safeties. Okay, so as we go through the list here, Denzel Ward, good option for sure. Marcus Williams, I believe he's the tallest one of the whole group here. If we check out his stats here in Mudhead all the way through, he's 6'1". Currently right now he has 94 speed, 84 man, 92 zone, tackling's at 86, hit power is 86. His hit power isn't the best, but he's the tallest one out of the whole bunch of the safeties here, okay? So that continues to go on till we get to a Denzel Ward here. So if we peep Denzel Ward, and again, Ward has a redux, he has a power up, he has that whole business. He's 5'11" there as a corner, a little bit different position, obviously. 95 man, 90 zone, 94 press, 94 speed there, so that's not too bad at all for him. So he's a good option as well. So we're gonna progress also down the corners here. Jalen Ramsey is just a little bit underwhelming, I think. He's gonna be valuable though, because he has the power up and he's gonna go in the Jalen versus Derwin versus the world card and all that good stuff. But I just don't see how he's actually like kind of good. 92 speed, 95 man, 93 zone. The coverage stats are really nice, but like this isn't great here. You know, it's not that great. Hit power's a little bit low too. I mean, but it is what it is for him. So Jalen Ramsey just a little underwhelming. Another corner you want to take a look at here too as well is going to be from the Steelers. We have to get his card up here real quick. I have to find his card. Steven Nelson. Steven Nelson, 94 speed, 94 man, 89 zone, 90 press here. So solid, pretty good, right? That speed, a little bit speed is just gonna put him up a little bit ahead of Jalen Ramsey there. So I'll give a little nod to him. Another underwhelming and disappointing safety is Tyrann Mathieu. I mean, just 92 speed, same deal as Jalen there, 94 man, 95 zone. They're actually kind of statted pretty similar, right? I mean, they're slow, but they have good coverage stats. And the hit power is a little bit lower than you like. So they're both a little bit underwhelming, but I mean, it is what it is, right? Those two guys are there. Another strong safety that should get consideration for you is Landon Collins. 93 speed. I'm not just saying it because I'm a Giants fan, okay? 93 speed, 90 zone. The only thing that hurts him is the coverage there, but his run defense is really good. So it might be somebody you throw in the box there. 96 hit power, 92 pursuit, 92 tackle, 93 speed, 90 zone coverage. Not bad at all. Looks like a pretty damn solid card there for him. But there are 3 safeties in particular I kind of want you to take more of a deeper look at, and that's Antoine Whitfield Jr., 94 speed, 92 pursuit, 95 hit power, with 93 zone, and 86 man's a little bit low, but 93 zone's not that bad at all. So Antoine Whitfield Jr. there is a good one to consider. And last but not least, Jordan Poyer. Jordan Poyer here is probably the best safety of the bunch. 93 speed, 90 man, 95 zone, 86 press, 94 pursuit, 85 tackle. All of these he's a pretty solid statted card here. He's also going to get like Eagles chems, alternate team chems, and through his power up and such. So Jordan Poyer, not that bad at all. But the piece de resistance out of all of these, right? I think the safeties are good. If we had to recap before we go into like the 3 guys you definitely want to look at, the defensive linemen are what they are. Offensive linemen, they are what they are. The linebackers are cool, but they're not the best, and they're also linebackers. The quarterbacks are meh, and the best one's probably Alex Smith. The running back, James Conner, he is what he is. The corners are going to be pretty good, except for Jalen Ramsey, unfortunately. Safeties are pretty good, except for Tyrann Mathieu, unfortunately, I guess. And the receivers, right? These 3 guys are probably 3 of the better receivers in the game right now. They're probably the 3 best cards out of this whole program here. So first off, obviously Steve Smith is not in the game yet, but there's his card. He's the master there. He's going to be a beast, but he's not available in this pack, obviously, either. Robert Woods here at 93 speed, 96 catch, 92 spec catch. After the catch, he's 89 COD, 88 juke, 91 ball carrier vision, 89 carry. So pretty solid. 93 speed though is pretty nice, and the deep route running is above 90, so that's always good to see. So Robert Woods right there gets a quick shout out. Another shout out that we want to give is John Brown right here. 95 speed, 93 spec catch, 91 short route running, 92 medium route running, 94 deep route running. His catching is at 94. His COD's 90, juke moves 95, ball carry vision's 93, and the carrying's 91 with 90 break tackle. So 95 speed, that's something great right there. And the number 1 card, I think, the one that you should pick if you had to pick any of them, with no theme teams included, it would be DK Metcalf, right? 95 speed, 92 catching, 95 release, which is kind of low-key awesome. 93 deep route running, 94 spec catch. Yeah, this card is pretty beastly, right? His stiff arms at 91, break tackle's 91, so it's gonna be hard to bring that out to the catch. So DK Metcalf, man, again, comes through with the strong card. Let me know in the comment section down below, which one of these guys are you adding to your team? Please let me know. I'd be happy to know. All right, till next time, we'll catch you later. Peace.